Hey, we should be live on both Twitch and YouTube now because Twitch is allowing you to do that now. Yay! Go Twitch.
Yay.
So we're playing Nightstalkers. This will be demo game number 2. We played our first game of this last night. Different crew entirely. So let's see how it goes tonight. First things first, we're going to make Nightstalkers is the game. And let's go ahead and plug who it is made by. It is made by Farsight Games, written by Jonathan Hicks and a bunch of other folks. And you can find it in drive-thru right now for just a couple of bucks. It's a short game, 8 pages of rules, 12 pages total. Should be fun. So here we go. Character creation. In your character sheets, if you go over to the attributes and abilities tab, there are 8 abilities. They also stand as your attributes and 2 derived. You use the numbers 2 through 11 and assign them as you will through your 8 stats. I have already told this to these guys here. So, John, did you have your array set up?
I do.
Okay. Who are you playing tonight?
Frank.
Frank. Okay.
Frank. Yep. Frank is he's a scrawny guy. He's just always dirty. It just doesn't. It never comes off. But he drives the van. He's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at noticing things and knowing. He's real smart with his plumbing. He's just not a strong guy.
Okay. Where did you put your 2 and where did you put your 11?
My 2 is in close combat, and my 11 is in perception.
Perfectly balanced for a plumber, I would say.
Okay.
Perfectly so. So your HP, your hit points are equal to 12 plus your strength, so you can write that in there as well. Sanity starts at 0 and builds as you go slowly insane. Chuck, who do you have tonight?
Hey, I am Ivan, the plumber. Nice to meet you.
And where is Ivan's 2 and where is Ivan's 11?
2, I had the hard time deciding. It was either going to be charisma or medicine, and I went with medicine. But I need to figure out my Russian accent again. It's been so long since I've played the actual Ivan. Fucking Christ. My 11, I did put in subterfuge.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Jake, who you got tonight?
I'll be playing Green Luigi. He is a plumber, like his brother before him, who is also a doctor. And his 2 stat is going to be in drive because, usually his brother is the guy who does things first. But he does have an 11 in ranged combat. So he's good at plunking people out from afar.
Okay. And the reason why they are playing a bevy of plumbers tonight is because they work for the DC plumbing company called the Poo Poo Rooters. They are the premier plumbing department that services 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the White House. So in this game, when you guys make a roll, target number is a 13. Using a D12, you'll roll a D12 and you'll add whichever attribute makes sense to do so. That is the gist of the game. So, right, it's 6 a.m. You are loading your van as you just received an emergency call from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, your primary contract that, keeps that toast buttered. They're telling you that they've got such a situation. The sub-basement is knee-deep in water, and they need you now. Get your butts over here and fix this mess.
Okay.
So
You all have the proper clearances, identifications, and oddly enough, you also had to pass a little security panel to make sure that, there are no Terrys in your past, present, or future. We'll say your van is kitted out with the normal accoutrement of plumbing goods. Since you are going to the White House, those of you that can shoot are not bringing guns.
Okay.
Dang. I'll pick up my fire flowers on the way then.
That's
But
what he called them.
manner of box cutters and potentially explosive ingredients could be found in the plumbing van.
Always useful.
All right. So you pull up to the service entrance where you are greeted by a very agitated man in a tweed suit and wearing knee length rubber galoshes. And of all things, an umbrella.
Okay.
The poo-poo rooters, you guys took your time getting here. I mean, we're knee deep in the shits.
I mean,
I mean,
there's
yeah,
no.
you work at the White House. That's to be expected. But
Mhm.
we're here to fix the plumbing.
Stares at you for a moment. I don't get it.
It's a political
Right.
joke. It's fine.
It is.
Yeah. All right. It's in the basement. Water's up to your calves now, maybe deeper. You pass security just fine. Get your tools. Get down there. Fix this mess. I mean, we got kids going through the White House today doing like the tours and such, and we don't want them to smell this backed up sewage. I mean, people that run your country, they can clog a toilet. Let me tell you.
I did get the feeling that they were abnormally full of shit. So, okay. Let's go check it out.
Yep.
All right, you guys are led down through the sub basements. Okay, let's make the first roll of the game to see how well any of you know the history and locations within the White House. It's going to be a knowledge check. So you need 13s to pass. You can hit the roll button, and it'll ask you to put in your modifier for knowledge.
Oh, I got a 17.
Ivan suspiciously knows a lot about the White House.
Yeah. Be afraid.
I don't know a thing about the White House.
All right. Well, Ivan and who else passed? What is your character's name, John?
Frank.
Frank. Yeah. So Ivan and Frank, you know that you're directly below the record library. Back in 45 to 53 during the Truman years, there were 3,000 records, LPs donated by the Recording Industry Association of America. You are directly below that vault of great vinyl.
Mm.
And sure enough, that water is, well, it's past your calves. It's inching up to your kneecaps. So we assume that you have dressed properly for this job. You brought your toolboxes. Your van's parked outside because you're going to have to pump.
Got our waiters.
Yeah,
My
you got your
overalls,
waders
yeah.
on. Okay. Well, the man who never introduced himself. He wades down a little bit with his umbrella, and you can see why he's got his umbrella now, because there is water leaking in the roofs, coming down from pipes in the ceiling as well. So he's keeping himself dry. He says, right, and get this finished as soon as you can, guys. The smell's not too bad yet, but let me tell you, these pipes are backed up, and in some places up there, you light a match, you could blow this place to... Forget I said that. Time is money, gentlemen.
Yep.
Technically, we're by the hour, so more time is more money, but that's fine. Let's get to work.
Sure.
I'll go to the water main and turn that off down here.
All right. So you're going to look for the mains?
Yeah.
Well, the mains aren't down here. It looks like this is just the burst pipe. You rolled pretty well on your roll of knowing the White House location. So you're assuming they've already turned the water off basically at the curb. That's where the check valves would be. And let's say you eyeballed it coming in. So it's already been turned off. So what you're getting here is basically the reserve tank still pumping water.
That's juicy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will start inspecting the damage so we can come up with a game plan.
Sure.
Okay. What are the other two of you doing?
I'm gonna look for the pump, see if I can figure out what's going on with that.
Okay. Yeah. So why don't you give me an alertness check, Frank? Ivan, why don't you give me another knowledge check to see if you can figure out like what the deal is here, why there's so much water leaking down.
Did you mean
And-
perception?
Perception, sorry.
Okay.
And
Nice.
Jake, what are you doing?
I think I'll try to assess how long the damage is. If it's just like a segment of pipe, fixture of something, or if it's like something that's consistent throughout the whole scheme of things.
Okay. You do the same thing with another perception there.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Oh. Hey, there we go.
Okay. Louis, you passed. It seems like a number of pipes along the way have just ruptured. The thing that stands out to you is that it doesn't look like stress. It literally looks like something on the inside of the pipe bulged out at certain locations, bursting the pipe along the way.
Oh boy. Somebody had a bad dinner.
Too much fiber.
So that was okay. So Ivan, you got a 16, and what were you looking at again?
I was just inspecting the damage. You know, he was looking very specifically. Yeah, and I was looking to see how widespread it is.
So it looks like most of the pipes are involved. Most of them have splits and ruptures in them. Again, looking like something bulged out from the inside in certain locations here. In particular, though, you see one of the main feed lines. You figure the other end of this thing probably goes to whatever thousands of gallons of backup water the White House has. And it goes through a brick wall. And that wall is kind of crumbling. It's an old wall. You know, the storage tanks probably were made in the, early 60s or so. And for whatever reason, the bricks are all crumbling around it. You figure the White House is probably better maintained than this. So that kind of sticks out at you. And Frank, you were checking out the pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, you go to the control panel and, because moving the water through all of the various rooms of the White House couldn't be done on gravity alone. There are indeed pumps through the whole facility, but looking at the breakout panel, looking at all the switches, they're all off.
That don't seem right.
Yeah, no pumps are running, but the water sure is flowing.
Can I see the pumps from where I'm at?
Well, they're through the whole facility. So you see the one that's down here is submerged, definitely not on.
That's interesting. I'm going to leave those off for right now, because if it's submerged and we don't know if there's I don't want to get electrocuted again. 13 times is enough. Go look for
it's that 14th time that'll kill you.
It is. That's how electricity works.
It is indeed. All right. So Ivan, so everyone else is taking their time and trying to trace where all this is going. So you find this oddity that sticks out, this crumbling old brick wall where the main line from the backup tanks is, behind that wall somewhere.
I'm going to grab my big sledge and remove a big portion of this crumbling wall.
All right.
So we can get behind it.
Using the Russian method of plumbing, where if you can't explode it, then you beat it into submission. You smash into this brick wall, causing basically it's a facade that just kind of crumbles away, exposing like a room behind it that's filled with these huge tanks of water. And as you're doing so, you dislodge a relic of olden times from plumbers long ago. Left a wrench here, and it falls off the brick wall, hitting you smack dab in the head.
Ow.
For 4 points of damage.
That's a lot. So
when
starting HP was 12 plus
your strength.
Okay,
Yeah. Once you hit 0, you're unconscious. You can go negative up to your total strength value, at which point you're dead. If anyone with a medical roll can get to you and make a successful check before then, you'll stabilize. Okay. Wrench hits you on your head, and that's when you notice that it is a relic of times long ago. And I really hate using those words because the pipe wrench is from the 70s.
Ancient.
Doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
It's a ye old pipe wrench.
Iron pipe wrench with a wooden hammer. As you ouch, it strikes the
Yeah.
pool of water, and then as if it were loaded like some kind of electrical battery, there's an arc of electricity that flows across the top surface of the water, zapping all three of you.
Oh,
Yay.
Wow.
my bad, guys.
You kind of lose consciousness for a moment. The next thing you know, someone is yelling at you from upstairs. Get this bleeding pipes fixed. We can't have all this backup. There's too many important things going on. It's a different person, and if everyone will make me knowledge rolls.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just a 12 this time.
Okay, that's a
15.
fail. 15.
9.
All right. Frank, maybe you're a little bit of a history buff, Frank, because the man yelling down at you, dressed in that tweed like the other guy was, also holding an umbrella, also wearing like rubber hip waders, but that's G. Gordon Liddy, one of the primary people of the the famous Watergate break-in, yelling at you to hurry up, get your lazy fat asses going. We got to fix this plumbing.
My ass isn't fat. Right. I'll look around for the others.
The others are here. They don't look
Okay.
anything like themselves.
the
You're
fuck
all
are you?
wearing like onesies that go up to your shoulders. You're still wearing the poo-poo rooter shirt, but it's like the old vintage from the 70s.
I try to like see if I can catch like my reflection in the water or anything.
Yeah, you definitely don't look like you.
Ah!
But different.
Who are you? What have you done with Frank?
I am Frank. Who the fuck are you?
What? I don't have a mustache anymore. This is ridiculous.
You guys are fucking strangers.
He
My
says
name's
with
Ivan.
Ivan's accent. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm
Ivan?
Louis.
I'm
So are
Frank.
we just now not?
G. Gordon Liddy. I think we might have gone back in time.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
everybody-
Weird happened.
sliders.
Everybody roll a d4 and take that much insanity. So the way this works in the game, when you first take a sanity hit, for that many rounds, whatever you roll, you are whatever you rolled penalty to your rolls. So like there's that
Okay.
shock value of X amount of time for X amount of value, and then it's gone. There is no other prolonged sanity issue until you go over 12 points.
Ooh.
Okay. And since we're in a non-combat scene for the X number of rounds that you guys are going to be shocked for, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Each round is about 6 seconds long. So for about a minute, you guys are just stunned about things.
Do you think maybe we huffed too much poop juice and that's why we're hallucinating?
Could be. I know
sounds
that
right.
them pumps, they're not on. I don't know what's pushing the water, but it's not the pumps.
Ivan, your head's still sore from being hit in the head by a wrench.
Yeah.
You flinch unreasonably so as something comes out of the pipe that's burst above your head and falls on you. It's just a little ding. It looks like it's an old-timey cassette tape with the magnetic tape kind of spooling out. It's just kind of still hanging partially on the pipe as the little plastic case hits you on your head.
I'm gonna grab that and then grab a screwdriver out of my pouch and carefully wind it back up.
Okay.
Like, look, guys, I'm not saying this is like totally a clue, but we should find a radio to play this in.
Or like a tape deck,
Yeah,
reel to reel. I don't know.
that's a little too far back. This is cassette.
Okay, well,
I remember my 8-track tapes back in the day.
I was about to say, I'm a little surprised this isn't an 8-track, but okay.
I used to listen to ABBA all day long on this.
Nice. Yeah, I'll look around
it's the same room that you were in before.
Yeah.
Actually, the pipes are the same. That brick wall's intact, newly built, however.
Is
Ivan,
there still water flooding in?
there's still water flooding in.
Okay. If we're gonna find one, we better find it quick. You got a lump there on your head.
I do. A wrench hit me. It was a ye old pipe wrench. Looked to be from ancient times. Do I see that pipe wrench laying around still?
It's actually in your belt.
Oh,
Actually, in all of your belts, a pipe wrench looking very much similar.
look at this. This is that old pipe wrench, but it looks brand new now. Well,
This isn't mine.
it's in
I bought a new
your belt.
wrench.
All right. We need to listen to this tape, and I still blame this wall. So we still need to break the wall down.
Agreed. I mean, the pipes run through to the wall anyway,
Right,
so we'll
Yeah.
need to investigate further.
All right. I don't know where there'd be a
Ah.
tape player in the White House.
All right.
Let's go ask G. Gordon Liddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask him how he feels about wiretaps.
Ask him how he feels about tape recordings.
As you take a step up, going up the stairs to the entrance that you came down originally, you're kind of like a very odd piping sound, very haunting, very odd, almost like it's not using the conventional 12-note scale. It's a little disconcerting. Then it's gone, but almost immediately you start hearing gurgling in the pipes, and some more water spews out. A pipe bursts here or there, and then it's gone. Almost like a rumbling. All the pipes shake for a moment.
Okay.
I don't like any of that.
Mm-mm.
How about one person goes and listens to the cassette, and the other two, we go and look at the tanks.
Deal.
All right.
I guess I've got the tape. I'll head up to the van.
Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
got a
To it
tape
there.
player in it.
All right. As you're going up, you see John Mitchell, Nixon's Attorney General. He's heading into the White House, and he's tucking. Just for a moment, you see like he's got a lanyard around his neck, and something kind of brass colored goes down under his shirt line, and he's rushing in. You hear him yelling something at some of the folks around him. Make me a perception check to see if you can hear it.
Who was this for?
To hear what John Mitchell's yelling at some folks around him. You're not exactly close.
You're at 19.
Nice.
Something about damn blasted tapes getting stuck in the pipes. You got to make sure they're all destroyed.
He is a big fan of wiretaps. Okay. I'm going to ignore that I heard that and still make my way out to the van.
Okay. All right. Give me a luck check, Ivan. This is not in the system. This is just something I throw into every system. High or low, roll me a D100 there, Ivan, as to whether or not you actually have a cassette deck in the van.
I'm going to go high. I'm going to go high. And here's my 100. That is a 32. That is reverse of high.
Your van, in fact, has an 8-track in the dash. And while you do have a AM radio, do not have a tape deck in the van. The van is also old-timey. It still says, "Poo-poo rooters, the best at dealing with shit," on the side of the van. Because back in the 70s, you could say the word shit on the side of your van.
You could. Those are good old days. I guess I'll tuck it in my pocket and head back in. I can't listen to it now, but after overhearing that, I feel confident that these idiots are just flushing their illegal recordings down the toilet, and this isn't anything special at all.
All right.
Maybe great on eBay in the future.
Cut to Frank and Louie. you guys were gonna investigate the tank. So this is a brand new brick wall. Looks like it was just laid not that long ago. The water at this point is up to your calves. It does
Time
smell a
to
lot
unlay
worse.
these bricks.
All right.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't you make me a close combat roll?
I'm gonna help.
Oh. Yep, it's a brick wall.
It's a really well built
construction.
brick wall.
Good
You smash through a couple of the bricks to find that there's rebar in between. So the only thing you manage to do is to make just a little hole. And of course, it's dark back there, but you can hear some like gurgling sounds and the sounds of like sloshing water in a great volume.
Try again.
Yes.
Yeah, you can try again.
Oh boy, another 9.
I'm gonna say that you break a few more bricks out, and like you got a hole big enough to stick your head in. But man, they made these things good back then.
This is usually more Ivan's thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can see kind of some of red emergency light style light, not that they're like spinning red or anything, but there's some like low red lights on in the room, big enough that you can see the tanks that you got a glimpse of right before you were all shocked back to the 70s. Of course, they're brand spanking new, and they've got kind of like maybe it's glass, but you can kind of see into the tanks, and you can see that the water's sloshing and something's moving inside one of those tanks.
So since we're in the past, shall we head to a store and just pick up a gun and some bullets?
I mean, that's an idea,
Yeah.
but I think they'll get mad if we just drive off.
And also,
One
if
of
we
us
bring a
could.
gun and some
We
bullets
just-
into the White House, they might get mad at that.
Yeah. We got sledgehammers.
Yeah. I'm not too confident about how we're swinging them, but yeah, we do.
Ivan, that didn't take you too long to go back out to the van and discover you do
Yeah.
not, in fact, have a cassette deck in there. So you're coming down as they're kind of peering through this hole in this brick wall, discussing bringing guns into the White House. Yes, if FBI are listening in on this recording, this is fictitious. We're playing a game. Please don't rage.
NSA, please go.
I mean, is the clog that bad?
Well, it's moving, whatever it is.
Oh, that's someone's got tapeworms.
Yeah, something
Really?
large is moving inside that tank of water.
All right.
Ivan, you want to give it a shot? We'll get a closer look.
What do you mean, give it a shot?
You want to take down more wall?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll grab my hammer and bash out more bricks.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a close combat roll. I'm just making you roll it because it's funny.
Yes. Close combat. That's my 10.
Oh,
I
look
got
at
a
that.
19.
Yeah.
With one big swing, Ivan smashes through the wall. And you guys, what light there is in this basement that hasn't shorted out yet kind of shines in, and you see that tank. And all of you see that there's some kind of amorphous mass in there. It looks like a giant turd, honestly. But then the turd opens its eyes. And when I say eyes, I mean like 100 eyes.
Ew.
Ah.
Everybody roll me a D8 and
Yeah.
take that much sanity.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, I did good. I only took a 2.
Oh dear.
So we're still not in combat. So the fact that the worst someone rolled, I think, was a 7 there.
Yep.
So for about a minute, you're just kind of frozen up. It means nothing outside of combat. It just, that's how badly shaken up you were. And I don't believe anyone has thresholded a 12 yet. No one's over 12.
Nope.
Nope.
Getting real close though.
Okay. You guys hear that odd piping sound again. and the thing in the tank moves up the pipe, and the pipe rattles above your head as the thing passes through the large gauge pipe going into the building proper. It has left the tank.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
I don't know how we warn them about that without sounding like crazy people.
Yeah.
You speak, but I hear nothing.
Muted. I am muted. The good news is they flushed a bunch of cassette tapes down. That's where that cassette tape came from. So hopefully this thing will just get tangled up in all of that,
Are
tape.
you suggesting we just replace the pipes and leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you guys get to work replacing all the ruptured pipes. Everybody make me a knowledge check to see how good of a job you do overall. And during the time that you're just steadfastly ignoring what's going on, occasionally there'll be a like a pasta noodle hanging out of a pipe would be a long stream of cassette tape. And then as you go to pull it out or to repair it or just to rip it out of the pipe, it gets slurped back in by something. And then occasionally there's an eyeball that kind of looks through that ruptured pipe and then pulls itself back in.
I mean, if I see an eyeball, I'm just like, hey, just fixing a pipe. Don't mind us. We don't
All
get
right,
paid
Louis.
enough for this.
Louis is too shocked to do a good job, so he's doing, the low rent plumber job where, your weld lines aren't so great, and that copper is not going to last more than 2 years. Ivan's just freaking using baling wire to put stuff together. He's not even soldering anything. It's already leaking.
Yeah.
Frank takes pride in his piping, though.
I do. I want to have to come back here.
Yeah. After a bit, you guys have the leak under control. A few more times you hear that piping sound. But the leak's under control. You get the sump pump going. You get all the water out of here. And just as you're about to leave, G. Gordon Liddy bursts down the stairs. He's bare chested and he's got an ammo belt strapped across him, and he's got two automatic weapons from the last World War, and he's got an American Eagle over his chest. As you can hear sirens in the background, the police coming in. He yells something about being a patriot, and he's not going to go. They're not going to take him alive, as he just lights up the downstairs with these automatic weapons, blowing all of you back to the present time. You all wake up. Laying across various pieces of flotsam, otherwise you would have drowned. That's a turd floating by your face there, Ivan. Back in your bodies again. The water is now kind of like chest deep in here.
Oh, okay. Gotta fix it again?
God, I feel like, man, I had the weirdest dream. But, sorry for falling asleep, but I guess we need to fix this whole setup here.
Yep. Well, it seems to work that if we just fix the pipes, we'll be fine.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I'll yes.
The guy in the tweed jacket comes back down. He doesn't come all the way down the steps because the water is so much higher. He's got his umbrella out. He's like, it's getting worse out here, and the kids are starting to say that it smells like tuna fish. You guys going to be long?
No, we're getting
technically, time's an illusion. Do I still have that cassette tape in my pocket?
You do not.
Okay,
it's not
that's
your pockets anymore from back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And this guy is asking you how long you're going to be. One of the large pipes above him ruptures, and this tentacular thing with eye stalks all around it kind of just grabs him and then yanks him up into the pipe. And while the strange amorphous creature with lots of eyeballs might be able to suck into that pipe just easy, human body not so much, and yet it's pulled through that pipe anyway, leaving like a skin suit on the ground. There's like his bones and organs were just ripped up into that pipe, just leaving a skin suit behind.
Ultimate degloving.
Yeah, just take it one sanity. Just take one.
Just one.
Probably didn't like
Okay.
this guy anyway.
cool.
Just one.
Cool. It's fine. It's all fine.
You know, I hate to say it, fellas, but I never did like being a plumber anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's a shit job.
Eh.
Mm.
So we started new careers now then, but it involves having a celebratory night of drinking first?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay.
When this guy was pulled up through the pipe and it left his skin suit, did it leave his clothes?
It did.
Can I check his wallet?
Okay.
How much cash does he have on him?
Absolutely none, but he's got a bunch of credit cards.
I'll take some of those. Drinks are on him tonight, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's covered in blood. You kind of
You
have to move
warn
the
anyone?
little flap that probably used to be his butt cheek. And then,
Ew.
shake the wallet off a little bit.
You guys
Yeah,
feel like getting tacos?
it's not a nice wallet for somebody that works in the White House. It's one of these little Velcro jobbies, nylon.
I'm not
It says
surprised.
ACDC on the outside. He just never
Nice.
grew up.
Bert's telling us what his wallet looks like. Okay.
Well, who's first up the stairs then?
I think I'll book it.
no, I'll
okay.
go.
Okay.
All right, sure.
You push
I
the door
I
open.
drive.
You didn't notice before, but you probably didn't look at this side of the door as you were coming down because you just kind of opened it, went down. But on your side of the door, there's like a yellow sign painted in spray paint. You're not sure? It looks like some kind of heavy metal sign just done in yellow spray paint.
Like, does it say something?
No, not at all.
Just like a symbol?
Yeah, it is a symbol. It's the yellow sign.
The artist currently known as Yellow Sign.
Mhm.
Oh, it's one of those, like that Banksy guy.
Yeah. So, guys, I don't know about you, but I feel like we went to the past for a reason, and we very appropriately ignored that.
So
Maybe.
you went to
mean-
the past too, then.
No offense, you did do some shoddy quality plumbing. That might be why we're back here.
Yeah, but there was tentacles and eyeballs. Like, what do you expect?
I don't know.
In
I
a
mean,
like a pipe organ or something like
look,
that.
we left it that way and now it's a problem again. I mean, come on. Clearly, it's not that big of an issue. But all right, if you want to go play Slappy with some tentacles, we can do that.
Oh, I don't. I didn't want you to misunderstand me there. I was just stating the obvious, not calling action.
Ah, okay.
I mean, if we was to call action, I'd say we find out whoever's playing those pipes and just beat their head in.
All right, so you guys were heading out the
Sure.
door.
Yeah.
So you head out again. You know, you're the service entrance, kind of on the back end of the White House, and outside you see looks like a whole bunch of like Cub Scout and Girl Scout vests. You know, they're all covered in blood. Little tentacle starts to snake down the steps. It's got like a piece of cardboard with really bad writing that says "Send no children." Goes back inside.
Oh. 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 Guys, I think we really fucked up.
I don't know what you mean.
I have an idea. I do. Absolutely. I'm going to pick up some of the scout uniform and clothing.
Just little bits of flesh.
Yeah,
stuck
yeah,
to them
yeah.
Here and there.
Still little bits of scout on it.
Yeah. Little hand-drawn crayon picture of mommy and daddy and Fluffy the cat in a pocket.
Now, I've never been to the White House, but I imagine there's like lots of like chairs and couches all over the place. I'm just gonna start like ripping into those and like stuffing these clothes to make a fake scout.
Okay. All right. Which requires you to go in the side door that tentacle kind of snaked its way back into. And as you open the door, because the doors are really good in the White House, they're like basically soundproof once they're closed. So you open the door to the sounds of automatic fire going on the inside, people screaming. You see a tentacle come up with like one of the Secret Service agents. The tentacle just rips them in half. A leg comes your way, slaps on the door beside the wall.
Uh,
I'm gonna close that door.
Do we have access to our van from where we're at?
Your van is there, but for some odd reason, probably because Ivan parked in a no parking zone, there's a boot on the back of the wheel.
That's fine. That's fine. I parked it. I knew. But I'm gonna go in the back. I'm gonna get the tunnel snake.
Okay.
Oh,
And also I'm grabbing the super extra strength Drano that we have.
There we go.
We got a claw.
Frank's always about the job.
we got one hell of a claw.
One way to do it.
Yeah, you've got this like this giant snake that's on a roll, like a spool. It's got the big like drill bit kind of end on it that catches up all the hair and discarded evidence. It's often found in the White House sewers for some reason.
It is.
It's become standard practice. I mean,
They moved to thumb drives these days.
yeah, it gets those too. So you've got the reel going.
Okay.
You got the heavy duty 5-gallon drum of industrial strength cleaner. What are you doing?
I'm gonna haul it back on down, and I'm gonna see if that room is open. Because if it is, that's the place to start from that tank. We're gonna decouple it, and we're gonna shove it in there. And we're gonna get what we can, and then we'll keep going from there.
Okay.
Root it out.
So you head for the tank room. So you notice that the tanks between the 70s and now, they're not see-through anymore. At some point, someone put a shielding of metal around them. But the main feeder line that comes off of these tanks, and the tanks are empty now. All the backup water, the hundreds of gallons that they keep there, all gone. And the line's broken off. And as it's like, oh, great. You don't have to break the pipe. So you're about to feed this thing in here. Roll me initiative. An initiative in this game is a D12 plus, I believe it's your agility. Yes, D12 plus your agility. Just you for right
Just
now.
me.
Just you. Okay. Then you're not taking surprises. Before you get that drill bit in there, a very thick tentacle comes out and starts slapping around, and every once in a while an eyeball opens up in that tentacle and tries to grab you. Now you've already seen this one, so I'm not going to impose another sanity law on. But so you win initiative. How do you react to this? Like it knows you're there. One of the eyeballs opens up and sees you and it kind of lunges at you.
Is there like a spout on the bucket of Drano?
Or a spout. Yeah, it's probably designed with kind of like a narrow end so that you can pour it directly into a drain.
Okay. I'm gonna like drop the end of the rooter and I'm gonna put the hand underneath it. I'm gonna slosh some Drano at the tentacle.
Okay. We will call. I'll give you your choice. We can even say, and I'll leave it up to you. It can either have a one of the squirt things on it so that you can fire it like a ranged weapon, or you can get close and do it as close combat as you drench the thing.
I'll do the sprayer. I'm a little bit.
You're gonna do the sprayer. Okay, so it's got a spray attachment to it. Go ahead and give me a ranged combat check. It uses its agility to try and evade. So here we go. Boom. It's high roll wins. You got the high roll. So I'm going to say this caustic amount of spray that's made to dissolve organic matter, because that's usually what you find in these pipes. Let's say that it's going to do a D6 damage. So go ahead and just roll me a D6 in damage.
Hey,
I'll take it.
6 points. Okay. You see the tentacles gets like little pits and wounds in it. It starts weeping out this kind of black, really obnoxious smelling stuff, blood. You're not sure
Yeah.
what it is. It reeks, but it's enough for it to pull itself back in, and that's what it's doing on its action. It's just gonna pull itself back away. And then the rest of you, Frank, being the professional that he is, may not have yelled out during all of this. What are the rest of you doing?
I guess I'll go try to find a well-dressed man with sunglasses and an earpiece on, and inform him that a monster has taken over the White House.
Okay, in the yard or in the White House?
In the White House.
Okay. You find an interior door, and again, you are met with the sounds of submachine gun fire, people screaming for their lives with bits of flesh being flung everywhere. As from the piping, you even see it's actually mostly coming from bathroom doors have been exploded out, and there's these long tentacles coming out of the toilets, grabbing people and yanking them into the toilets. And of course, human beings don't fit so well down a toilet, but boy, it makes a good attempt at it.
I think Secret Service already knows there's a monster in charge of the White House.
Oh, you were waiting to make that one. There's even a poor person that was bending down to get something out of the cold water
drinking
machine,
fountain,
and there's a little bitty tentacle just went right up through the nose, picking out the back of the skull. You think you know?
Has anybody dropped a firearm of some sort as they were being sucked into a toilet?
You know what? Make me a luck check, high, low, and one is very close by.
All right. 100. I will go low. 23.
Low it is. There's an Uzi laying at your feet.
Okay, I'll just pick that up and yeah, this is mine now. And I'll go to reconvene with the others.
Okay. What are you doing during all of this, Ivan?
Oh, I not dying.
How are you not dying?
I don't know. I wanted to help with the pipe, but then he's throwing Drano. I still blame this wall. I want to try and open it up enough that we can get back there. Bare minimum, we can hide.
Oh, you opened it up before. So that wall is already open. That's actually where Frank is right now.
Oh, he's already in there.
Spritzing the industrial strength spray at something that's just retreating up into this pipe.
Okay. I am going to get my actual pipe wrench. And I'm going to be like, Frank, try and lure that tentacle out again. I'm going to really quick spin the thing, latch the pipe wrench down on the tentacle, give it a couple twists, see if we can pull this thing out.
Okay. Your pipe wrench?
No, the old one.
The old one. Okay. I tell you what. So that tentacle's playing coy with you, Frank. So it's waiting between spritzes, and every time you pump it, it'll shoot out at the instant afterwards, trying to flail around to get you. So when it does that, Ivan, make me a close combat check. Okay. I'm going to do versus its close combat.
Oh, I only got a 14.
Ooh.
It got a 17. You just are not able to get that wrench clamped around it. It's slimy. It's rubbery. You're just not able to do it. Thankfully, it seems to be a little stuck, or maybe it's just too far extended, and it can't get more than 5 feet out of that pipe. And Frank's figured this out. He's marked off. He's literally taken his toe and made a line 5.5 feet.
How big is this pipe? What's the diameter we're talking?
It's like a 6-inch pipe. It's like a feeder pipe.
And it's made out of cast iron?
It's made out of iron, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go 6 feet back on the pipe. That failed. And just get out my torch and start heating it up back there. See if I can cook it. All right. Well, it's stuck.
Ivan, yeah. So what happens is, if this is old steel, you get your torch out and light it up, and you cut right through that steel like butter, and it seems to sever the tentacle. It drops the pipe, and the tentacle drops on the ground. It ain't dead though. Tentacle writhes its way out of the pipe, and it starts to. It's just like Play-Doh. Like it pulls itself back together, and it forms like a mini monster, like you saw inside the tank, that sprouts eyes and more tentacles. Why don't? Well, let's see. Louis, you said you went back to join everyone?
Yep.
Yeah. So why doesn't everybody go ahead and roll me some initiative? D12 plus your agility.
Okay. 17.
All right. So, Ivan, you're going to go first. There's a mini monster here, sprouting many tentacles and many eyes.
I've got that old pipe wrench. I've got my torch, though. And torching it, I'm just going to go club it with the old pipe wrench. Just try
All
and
right. Make me a
bash
close
it.
combat roll.
Yeah. Oh, I rolled a 1. That's only an 11.
13. It is remarkably fast as it kind of moves out of the way. But you do notice when that wrench kind of gets near it, it kind of glows a little.
The wrench does?
The wrench does.
Okay.
Okay. That was 17. Next highest, I think, was Louis at a 14.
Yeah. I'll notice the glowing wrench, but also that there was a miss. So instead of coming at this thing directly, I'm going to try to aim back behind where it was and fire there, hopefully to smoke it out.
So you want to fire down the exposed pipe.
Yes.
Okay. You unload the Uzi down the pipe, and you hear lots of tink, 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 tink as bullets kind of rattle in there. You don't know if you hit anything or not. You're not sure.
Well, all right then. Good. I'm satisfied. I did what I could.
Frank.
I continue to spray
Oh,
it with.
sorry, cutscene. Somebody's at a urinal, and suddenly a hail of bullets just goes.
It's like that scene in RoboCop. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that scene in RoboCop. I will continue to spray Drano at it.
Okay.
At the one
go ahead.
that Ivan swung at.
So the mini one in the room.
The
Okay.
mini one in the room. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a ranged attack, ranged combat skill. We'll use its agility to try and avoid you. 16.
Best I can do.
10. You succeed. Go ahead and roll me another d6 worth of damage.
2.
Ooh. Yeah, it seems to irritate it, but it's not such a big reaction as it was before. It looks like it kind of adapted.
Okay.
Okay, now it goes as it launches out tentacles at all three of you. Rah! Everybody make me close combat rolls.
Yay.
Oh boy.
And you need to make 13 or higher.
I did not.
I did. Like a champ. So did Louis. John. Frank is... that tentacles goes somewhere that you're not very comfortable with.
Woo! I didn't need a catheter.
Like 6 points of damage.
Ha!
That's... Ow.
Yep. Through that big 6-inch pipe, you guys are still hearing the sounds of... Now, you can clearly hear through this pipe because, it must have cleared out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
The sounds of people screaming, shots being fired, automatic weapons going on. You can hear sirens reverberating through this pipe now as well. And you still have a mini monster in the room.
Okay.
That really, wants to get rid of you all. So initiative again. D12 plus your agility.
14.
think Louis got it at 15 this time, and it's still going last. So Louis, you lit up that pipe with unknown benefits, but the creature in the room just did some exploratory surgery on Frank there that he wasn't happy with.
Well, I'm going to do some. I'm going to turn this turd into explosive diarrhea and light it up with a machine gun.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a ranged combat roll.
21.
Oof. Right, he did not avoid that. So let us go to our chart here. Give me a second. Damage by source. We will call this roll me a d12 plus 6. We'll give you rifle
nice.
damage on that. 11 points of damage. So it shakes like jello. And actually, some of the bullets do kind of stick in the middle of it, like some kind of bizarre jello mold. At first, you can see the eyes kind of open up wide as if it's in pain, but then they kind of mellow out, and it sits there and it kind of just dances a little as the bullets jiggle into it. So you did some damage, but it seems like it got used to that damage awfully quick.
Ivan, glowing wrench to the face, please.
Yes.
Inch face.
Yes. Yep. Glowing wrench to the face. This thing's in water, right? Like or is it on dry ground?
It's in water.
Okay.
The whole place is still flooded a little bit.
Yep. All right. Yep. Glowing wrench to the face. I'm going to try and strike down as well. That way, I'm going to try and drive it and the wrench underwater with the hit.
Okay. Yeah. Close combat.
16.
Oh. Oh.
My God.
It's a close thing. But it definitely doesn't like your wrench as it's actively trying to avoid it. Whereas like the bullets and the spray, it just took it. It's like doing everything it can to stop from being hit by that wrench. Frank, you're next.
Do I have an extra wrench on my belt? Like the same extra wrench that I had back in the past?
Nope. No, you're dressed in your own clothing. You have a wrench. It's just a nice modern one.
I'll pull up my wrench. I'm like, try to get it close, see if it glows.
Go ahead. Close combat.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Actually, it kind of moves around as you're striking at it, and even like for a moment, it kind of points its tentacle, like it makes a little chin, like a pseudopod chin comes out, and it points at it.
I don't suppose my wrench glowed at all when I got close to it.
It did not.
It
No,
did not.
it did
Okay.
not.
I have another idea. I'll get to that.
All right, it goes as it attacks all of you with its pseudopods.
Yay.
Everybody make me close combat rolls. You're trying to beat a 7. Only a 7.
I didn't beat
Got an
7.
18?
Oh, wait, I did.
Oh.
I got an 8.
Yeah. So it lashes out with its pseudopods. It seems like you all got its range, and so you're just outside. Frank being the closest, it just misses Frank. You're starting to hear explosions going on upstairs now.
It's not great.
It's not great.
Let's keep trying to magic wrench this thing, guys.
Yep.
Initiative.
Okay, just an 11.
So many 4s.
So Ivan's at 11. It's at a 12. Louis at an 11.
It goes first.
And Frank's at a 10. So it goes first. Yeah, it tries to tentacle all of you again. Close combat rolls. You need to beat a 10.
I did not.
Oh,
All right, I got this. 15.
yeah.
Frank, it is getting intimate with your
It is.
with you. 4 more points of damage. Are you still up?
What? Yeah, I'm
Are you
still,
still up? Okay. Now the 2 11s can go ahead and do what they're going to do.
I'm still magic wrenching.
Go ahead.
19.
Yeah, you definitely
There
magic
we
wrench it.
go.
Okay, roll me a D12 plus 6.
Only a 7.
It does not like that wrench. When you hit it, the wrench almost cuts through it like it were a knife, and you can see its eyes open wide in shock, and it kind of pulls itself away, kind of still split in half, and it's kind of the two parts of it aren't able to pull itself back together.
Okay.
Jake,
I'm gonna come around behind it and make sure it can't run away, and then I'm gonna try to bash it with a very ordinary wrench.
okay, go ahead.
14.
14. 13.
All right.
You bash it with your very ordinary wrench, and you hit it, and it bounces back like you just hit like a very dense rubber ball.
Oof. Yeah, I don't think this is working.
My wrench did a great job.
Yeah, do that more.
Yes.
Okay, let's not roll initiative. Let's go ahead, Ivan. Make your close combat roll.
Yeah.
Didn't you just do that?
We're out of initiative.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's next initiative. Yeah, or next round. I'm just going to let you guys go first. It's kind of
Okay.
trying to get away at
Well,
this point.
I'm gonna go start trying to
Ooh.
like undo the pipes that lead to the tanks.
Okay, so that pipe's already been ruptured. There's
Okay.
nothing else going into the pipes now at all. So you finish it off with a wrench as you just kind of bash it down. It starts to get up, you bash it again, it'll start to just like and you bash it again until it just stops moving,
Nice.
leaving behind
Okay.
what smells like burning excrement and rubber tires with a hint of cinnamon.
Weird.
Yeah, that's a conflicting scent there.
Well, not really. I mean, it's like you burn the candle that's cinnamon scented, and you've just done a terrible number 2.
You should really see a doctor if things are coming out of you smelling like hot tire.
Yeah. It's,
Or maybe seek the help of a dietitian because
That's probably the
You
better
ain't eating
option
proper.
there. Yeah.
Fine, it's fine.
Okay.
told you to stop
gotten
chewing on
rid-
the ends of those pencils.
That's why I like so much hot sauce.
You've gotten rid of the little one, but it sounds like the rest of it is just playing havoc upstairs.
I don't know. I mean, the wrench seems real effective and all, but
It's
getting
just
the
a
whole thing-
wrench.
yeah. Is there anything else around in this room?
Okay, well, why don't all of you go ahead and give me perception checks?
I got as
Oh.
high as I can.
Rolled minimum. That's an 8.
Ooh.
Well, Louis and
Duality
Frank,
of man.
you notice it. So you broke the wall here, knocking out a bunch of the bricks, and you notice that there's one brick that's got the same yellow sign that's on the door, but it's really old. Like it's been on this brick forever, and yeah, just one brick has got this little sign on it.
Maybe this sign is related to the monster in some way.
Maybe.
I'm gonna take that brick.
All right. You take that.
It is lighter than you expect.
There's something in it, maybe?
Yeah, I'll crack it against another brick to see if I can't bust
Yeah,
it
there's
open.
something in it that's rattling around.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Oh, okay.
I'll try and bust it open to see if I can't get at what's inside.
Yeah, there's like a old style brass whistle inside.
Huh.
And it's got kind of like it's got 3 little air holes on it, so like 3 little notes.
Yeah.
Didn't that guy have somebody? I think from the past had a brass whistle when he came in. He or somebody.
I don't remember that.
I'll play a quick rendition of Hot Cross Buns on the whistle.
Oh, yeah. There's that strange, weird noise.
Yeah. If you want to recreate that noise, give me a knowledge check, person who has the whistle.
Alrighty. That's a 10.
It's not right. The rest of you remember it being like really, it was an eerie sound because it didn't sound like your normal 12-note scale.
Can I try that?
Yeah, sure.
I give it a shot.
Okay.
Boo.
Close.
Getting there,
Still not quite eerie enough.
Ivan.
Sure. I mean, why not? You two have already put your mouths on this thing. It's not gross and
We've
icky
done-
at this point. I will wipe it off very thoroughly and then try and play that. That's a 16.
It's perfect. So perfect that this close up, its eeriness kind of just sends a chill through you all. Everybody take 1 sanity.
I'm now at 12 for my sanity.
And then suddenly, you can hear from the pipes, like everything's gone quiet with just a stray gun burst. And then you guys start hearing movement down the pipe, gurgling.
Get
Something
ready to
is
bash
coming
it.
down the pipe.
Yeah.
Some water's being forced out as something very large is moving through. So like you got like poop water coming out, just all the backwater is coming out, this gray water, and something is rushing down the lines towards you.
Real quick. So I've got the wrench. I've got the whistle. The corpse of the little squiggly thing. Real quick. If I hold the wrench, does it still glow?
It does.
If I hold the whistle to it, does the whistle glow?
No.
Damn. All right. Okay, let's get ready.
Okay. I won't have anyone roll initiative for the first round as you're preparing, as this large dookie just pours itself out of the pipe. It just starts like, just coiling itself and tightening the coil on the ground in front of you.
It's an emoji. Get it.
Its eyes just open up all over it as it looks around
Like
and starts
corn.
creating pseudopods. It smells horrible. This thing is huge. The pile is like 6 feet tall and about that. Everybody roll a d4. Take that much sanity from the reek.
So, Bert, my sanity is now up to a 14.
Okay, here we go. So now it's going to matter because you guys are in combat now. So whatever you just rolled, for that many rounds, all your rolls are going to be at a minus that, whatever you just rolled. Okay, but now someone just went over 12. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, so every point over 12 all your skills are reduced by that number. So all your skills are reduced by 2 points.
Okay.
At this point, this is not permanent. It doesn't become permanent until you hit an 18. But not only are you scared for the next how many rounds?
2.
2 rounds. So everything's going to be -4 for you for 2 rounds, and then -2 thereafter, until you calm down a bit. You regain sanity at the 1 point per day. So after a couple of days, you get below 12, and your skills are back to normal. After a couple of weeks, it's all gone. It's just a fond memory. When you hit 18, however, there is a chart to roll on. So you're at 14 right now.
All right.
All right.
Come on,
So whatever
18.
you guys rolled for a sanity loss, keep in mind for that many rounds, you are minus that many points. Okay. So you guys have initiative first, as this thing is still trying to pull itself together after assuming the form of a tightly coiled poo.
Poo snake.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and wrench this turd.
Okay. Remember, you are at minuses equal to what you just rolled in the sanity.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2?
And for this round, I am not going to give it a defense, as it is starting to pull itself back together.
Okay. That's a 16.
So you just needed to make a 13, 16 hits. And with this weapon, it's a D12 plus 6.
Ooh,
15 points of damage. The poo shudders, flinging bits of poo,
Oh,
splattering the walls.
They must have
who's next?
accidentally swallowed some hair. It's like Christmas tinsel.
Who's next? Frank, Louis?
I'll go. I'll try to spray it. My Drano,
You're gonna
because I don't
spray
know what else to do.
Okay.
Freaking out a bit, man.
Yep. So what I'm doing is that the first time the creature is struck by a weapon it hasn't been struck with before, you do full damage. After that, unless it's a special weapon, does nothing.
Fair
So
enough.
go ahead and roll. Just make a 13 to hit.
Nope.
You do not make a 13. The spray goes wide. Actually, probably the nozzle's clogged because there's
Yeah.
poo all over it.
Yeah.
Just
No,
dribbles
I'm
down your
gonna
hands.
switch tactics.
Louis.
I'm gonna take the hollowed out brick with the yellow symbol on it, and then I'm gonna throw that at the thing.
Okay, if you're going to throw it, that's a ranged weapon attack.
Yeah, ready?
Okay, that hits.
All right.
Do a d6 damage to it.
Okie dokie. Six.
6 points. You notice that the little symbol on the brick does glow as it hits the creature, then it burns itself off. But it seems to have hurt it.
Excellent.
Now the poo creature has assembled itself into a towering jello mold with tentacles, and you can see in its almost translucent body that there are like skeleton parts of human beings. There's a Gucci purse floating around in there, a set of handcuffs for some reason, and that white powder on a mirror. Who knows how that got in there? Initiative.
Wait, what? Oh no. Wait, what happened on the mirror?
As if there's a mirror with white powder on it, floating around inside.
Oh, okay. I mean, it is the White House. 17, nice.
$17.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I'm up already?
You're up.
Yeah, I wrench it again.
Okay, it is together now, so it will defend itself.
16.
Oh, low. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and do that D12 plus 6.
17.
The whole creature shudders with all the eyes just lighting up everywhere, looking in pain and shock at you. That was at a 17. It's going dead last, so I think John, Frank's up, and then Louis, and then it.
Okay.
Frank, you didn't hit it successfully last round, so it'll do damage this round if you hit. Ranged attack.
Yeah. As I'm doing this, I'm like, we should. The symbol on the door. Remember, we could head for that. Maybe that would do something. As I'm spraying it. No.
No. It's still clogged with poop. You gotta lick that off or something.
Go grab the tunnel snake.
Louis, you're up.
I'm gonna run for the door and try to take it off its hinges.
Oh, yeah, I like it. Make me a
Okay.
strength check. You just need to get a 13 to rip that door off the hinges.
-3, so there we go. 14.
You got it.
All right.
You've ripped the door off the hinges. I'm going to say that is the action, though. You
Yep.
can't really do much more than that. Then it attacks everyone except for Louis because Louis not nearby anymore. So you guys roll close combat. And you want to get better than a 10.
Oh, I'm good.
Ivan, yeah, you step out of its reach. John,
Take it to the face.
Oh, because you're down
Louis,
on
you didn't have to
sand.
roll, Louis.
Oh,
You're-
yeah,
you're
that's
out of the
right.
way. It comes down with a massive tentacle just slamming into the top of you,
Mhm.
Frank, doing a massive 4 points damage.
I'm still up.
Still up.
Mrs. Ivan and Louis out of play, so or out of the area. So new round. Go ahead.
Nice. Got a 15. No,
Wow.
got a 14.
Ooh.
Sorry.
It's
Oh,
going dead
shit,
last
Louis.
again. Louis got a 19.
Damn right.
Wow.
Get it, Louis.
I am sliding this door down the stairs and chasing after it so as to keep it in front of me like a shield.
Okay. We'll call that movement. What else do you want to do?
Oh, in that case, I want to throw the door, like tip it over onto the creature.
Okay. If you get close enough to tip it over, let's call that close combat.
All right. Ah, dang.
It's a good maneuver, but it is faster than it looks for such a tall, gelatinous poop pile.
You know what
so
you
it
need to do with
misses.
that door.
Door is
Louis.
still there, but it just misses. Who's next? Ivan? Frank? It goes last, is all I know. I think Ivan's up next.
Yeah. Oh, yep. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, wrench.
Oh,
20.
look at that.
Bonk.
All right, let's see if it can avoid the wrench.
Nope.
7. Wait, where did you get a plus 10 from?
My combat is 10.
Oh, your combat's a 10. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, D12.
Just 8 damage.
8 damage. That hurts it a lot. It's still up, though. Frank?
I'm gonna run over and grab my Roto-Rooter thing and shove it at it and
Okay, yeah.
Give it a stir.
Yeah, so yeah, you've got the snake with the drill bit end, and of course it's got a remote control to start the bit turning. So go ahead and give me close combat.
Okay.
Shove it in there, and
Is this round 2 or 3?
this is round 3.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, well,
Jeez.
luckily there is no criticals, but yeah, well, yeah, there's no way it can miss.
Just
Yeah, so
throwing
you
stuff around.
yeah, you're trying to get it in there, and it just keeps moving around you. It actually forms a donut, and you go right you go through it.
Oh. It's making fun of me.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's in range now, so it's going to try and attack all of you. Go
Okay.
ahead, close combat rolls for everybody. You need to beat a 14
Nope.
to be safe. Oh, John.
I snuck by with a 15.
There's no way I was beating that, so I'm hit.
Louis and John are both hit. Okay. John, just take 1.
I'm still up.
Louis, take 4.
Oh, damn.
There's poop tentacles that slap around. And it's not so much the tentacles
Yeah.
made of poop. It's just been rooting around the sewers in the White House for several hours. It's just covered in poop.
It's caked.
Yeah. I mean, people that work at the White House really need to get more fiber in their diets.
They do.
It's
I
People
believe
in
that.
catering.
bad.
It's all like it's the constant Big Mac feast that they've got.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is another round.
All right.
So this will be round 4. So anyone that was still suffering from any sand loss.
Ooh, 21 on initiative.
Oh, I got better this time at a 12, but you all beat it. 21, Ivan, you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep on keeping on with that wrench. It's an 18 to hit.
Oh, look at that. Okay, D12 plus 6. Let's see if you can finish it off. It's got 12 points left.
I got you a 12.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
That wrench comes down, and it seems to do it grievous damage. At first, you're not sure if you've quite taken it out as it kind of steps back and it starts quivering. Then it explodes, covering everyone with smell of burning tire, poop, and just a dash of cinnamon.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a poop. I'm gonna feel weird about that later.
Yeah.
So, where do you think this is going to come into the labor part of the parts and labor that we're going to charge them?
At least double time, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, we got to look at the fact that Gordon, like 70s, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
time
we're effectively
travel.
going to need to do this like twice.
Well, I mean, time travel there and then back again. I mean, I think that should all be on the clock. That
Yeah.
when we have to drive to a job, we do
That's
charge
at least
them for
40
that.
years on the clock right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think we need to go back in time. We fixed it in the current time. If we go back in time and kill it then we won't be able to kill it now.
Right.
And we won't get paid.
I mean, that sound like
I
I've
don't
only
even-
watched Back to the Future a few times, so I'm worried about the repercussions.
I don't even know how we'd get back there. I don't know how we got back there in the first place.
Oh, I dropped my wrench in the water like this, and I dropped the wrench.
There's nothing this time.
Thank God. Okay.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Job well done.
Job
Job well done, guys.
And if they want to pay for new pipes, we'll come in and install the new stuff.
No monsters.
Yeah,
I
I
guess-
mean, you haven't finished the job. I mean, the pipes are still
Yeah.
destroyed.
It's fair.
if
Let's
anything,
go
they're
ahead.
in worse shape now.
They
than
should
when we
really
started.
replace these tanks. Clearly, there's an issue with these tanks. They need new tanks.
Well- Let's get the pipes now, and we'll quote them on the tanks.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We'll fix
So
the
after
pipes.
many more hours of actual plumbing work, and the sounds of like sirens and police and ambulance all outside, you're just keeping on working, going back and forth to your truck, getting plumbing supplies. No one's bothering you as you're seeing cartload after cartload of body parts being taken up. They've erected the screen so the public can't see what's going on. Eventually, you get the work done. Somebody comes out and says, well, I was able to flush the toilet. Good healthy poop went down just fine. I guess you boys are wanting your check. You got an itemized list for us.
Do we ever?
Yeah, that's going to be, I don't know what would you itemize tentacle removal? Well, we'll figure it out.
We'll just put that
we
on the
did
war budget,
extensive
boys. You just
pipe cleaning.
send us the invoice. We'll take care of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So we get medals for this too, right?
No, I don't
know what
want
you
a
mean.
medal. No taxes.
Valor in plumbing.
No
It was
taxes.
just a backup in our piping system. Nothing odd went on here today. Nope. No, sir.
Yep. Nope.
Got my car.
Okay.
Just send the bill here.
Okay.
It's got a yellow sign on the top left corner.
Oh, no.
Hmm.
Oh, no.
All right.
Okay.
As you know, the poo-poo rooters have the boot taken off of the truck and you go home. Work well done, covered in crap. Most of your sanity intact.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got
Fine.
some naps,
Yeah.
therapy.
All right, so that is the system for Nightstalkers. So let's talk about experience. If you were going to go on with these characters, first of all, nobody had anything permanent. You didn't hit 18 with sanity loss, and that's where permanent stuff happens. So eventually, over time, going to 1 sanity per day, you will forget all the bad things that happen, and that's all good. Points restored at a couple points a day if you're under medical care, 1 point a day if not, and then experience is done thusly. So when you made your attribute list, you assign the numbers 2 through 11. At the end of every successful mission, you may do one of two things. You may give yourself an extra hit point, or you can take a number from one of your attributes and move them down to a different attribute. Sacrifice
swap them?
to get better at another. Nope, not swap them. Pull 1 point off of one and put it on.
Oh, okay. Reallocate it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is how experience works.
Neat.
Interesting.
Okay.
So nobody went insane, but the chart for insanity is pretty simple. It's just it's a D4, and here, let me put it up on the screen. Boom. So you're either unconscious for several hours, and you will always have a permanent 6 in your sanity block.
Oof.
Number 2, as number 1, but you also have a permanent reduction of 1 point in all of your skills.
Oh,
Ouch.
that's rough.
I like number 3. Character's mind breaks and they are lost forever, becoming violent towards anyone around them, visiting hours between 2 and 4 weekdays.
I like that one. That's fun.
Cute.
And number 4, the character's mind breaks and they hold on. My PDF is not working properly.
Uh-oh.
Scrolling. There we go. The character is so twisted, they begin to worship the horror they have seen and become a cultist, or even start their own cult. The GM takes control and that character becomes the enemy.
Oh no.
Nice.
And if you ever reach a score of 25 sanity, you just die of sheer fright.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the system.
I was working on
Yeah.
it.
What's that? Yeah, you were
I was working on it. Yeah.
You were working on it. You didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's fun.
So my criticisms of it, I think it's fine. It's serviceable. It's one of the better small systems for doing horror I've seen. I like the point that you gain sanity, and then that initial shock is how much you roll. But that's you get over it quickly until you get a permanent thing to happen. I like that. I think combat takes a little too long. I think I would have liked, like, for close combat. I think I would have liked when you do your close combat roll and the other one does theirs, the high number between the two does the damage, so that you get, it doesn't matter whose turn it is. If you do close combat, the high number does the damage. I think that
Doesn't it
would
do
make
that in
things
some of the
quicker.
Shadowrun games?
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. I think that would make things a little bit quicker. I don't know. What did you guys think?
Fine.
Generally, I liked it. Yeah, system was light, quick. Rolls were fairly easy. Our combats were short. Like, I didn't have an issue with the combat in it, but I could definitely see I had that magic wrench. Without it, it could have dragged on for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yep. I just put up the sanity point cost, and I keep forgetting the one that if you take eight points of damage or more, it costs you 2 points of sanity.
Oh, okay.
Reading a forbidden text is 1 point. Discovering a body is 1. Suffering a huge scare is 1. 8 points of damage or more is 2. Witnessing something grisly 2. So that's your sanity point costs there. It has a very short section on vehicles. So if you were going to burst out of there in your van, I was going to have it chase you, and it would have been a chase down Pennsylvania Avenue in a van.
Nice.
So vehicles have 2 things. It has a speed, and it basically has a hit point or a body rating. Speed tells you how fast it goes. Body is basically its structural its structural ability. And here's once it reaches 0, it's useless. Below 0, it explodes. I love that. We get the Hollywood explosions.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it even has like a little vehicle thing there. It's kind of neat too. Not bad. Again, it's like 12 pages long. 8 of those pages are rules. Well, 7 really. The first page is an intro, and the last pages is a short adventure, including a randomized thread of, hey, we're playing this on the spur of the moment. I need something to seed a story with. There's a D12 chart for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, this was Nightstalkers, available at DriveThruRPG for a few bucks. It's done by Farsight Games, written by Jonathan Hicks. So hopefully you folks out there will enjoy this. All right, guys, it's early, but we're going to go ahead and call it there. Anything you want to throw out, Chuck?
Wednesday, on the Defenders of Cobalt Twitch, we're doing Dungeon Crawl Classics, playing Night Below. And Friday, Joe's making an SCP game. and we're doing part 2 of the adventure / playtest. It also uses a D12 system. His is D12, and as you have skills or bonuses, you add D4s to it. So, yeah.
Cool. Anyone else?
Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel. We have at least one more episode. Is it 1 or 2 that we've got ready?
To go out on Twitch or YouTube?
Yeah.
A bunch.
Okay. We got more episodes coming for our Oops All Goblins Pathfinder 2nd Edition game. And yeah, if you are into horny chaos goblins, come check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Always a good time. Jake, you got anything?
No. I was going to say false advertisements, but no, they're all totally genuine when I give them. So yeah, but no, nothing this time. Drink zing!
All of your information is full of fiber.
Oh yes,
good, solid information. The best. Well, if you found us, bluemagic.com is where you should go. We've got almost 16 years worth of podcasts on there. We stream on twitch.tv, but all of our social media links are there as well. Bluemagic, BLUMAGIK.com. Coming up, so this Tuesday, I'm running Werewolf 20th anniversary edition. We've just got a new chronicle kicked off. It's a lot of fun. Friday, some classic Dungeons and Dragons using the basic expert rules, playing in Mystara. And Saturday is going to be fun, one way or the other. So on the official Goodman Games channel, our good friend Reed Sanfilippo, creator of the Umerica setting, we're doing a charity auction to help him out with some medical issues and some travel expenses. And there is going to be some very cool stuff put up on auction. It's going to be the official Goodman Games channel, Saturday the 28th. Time pending, but it might be during the time we normally run our game or slightly before. There is Goodman Games putting up a really cool DCC volume that's got a coupon. If anybody out there is familiar with Knights of the Dinner Table, it is written by the Dark Lord himself to allow a player to get a bonus to a roll on the presenting of the coupon to the GM. Cool little idea. There is some acrylic lights showing off Dungeon Crawl Classics, Weird Frontiers, and of course America and several other DCC properties that are going to put up. Reed himself is putting up his Castle Old Skull, or how does he call it? Game Skull, which is an original Castle Grayskull that's been turned into a GM screen that he brings to whenever he goes out to conventions. People might have seen it there. But there's a whole slew of other really cool things. So check it out this Saturday, 28th, on the official Goodman Games channel. And we may or may not have our game afterwards, depending on when the timing is. But it won't be Weird Frontiers. We're down at least 2 players this week. So if we do have a game, it's going to be probably just a DCC fantasy game by me or Chuck. We'll see how it goes. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.